I am Mrs. R. Shubha, Assistant Professor of Home Science. In this video, I am going to explain carbohydrate and its classification. We all know carbohydrates is one of the major nutrients. It found in all the food items in different quantities. Carbohydrates are sugars like polymerous sugars such as starch, which get hydrolyzed into simple sugars by the action of digestive enzymes or by the actions of dilute acid in our body. Based on the number of saccharide units present, carbohydrates can be classified into three types. They are monosaccharides, disaccharides and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides are also known as simple sugars as they cannot be hydrolyzed further. Disaccharides are compound sugars. So the compounds can be split into simple sugars on hydrolysis actions. The next one is polysaccharides. They are made up of complex carbohydrates. Examples for monosaccharides are glucose, fructose and galactose. Let's see one by one in detail. The first one is glucose. It's a monosaccharide called dextrose or fruit sugar. It is usually found in fruits, vegetables and cell sap. More number of carbohydrates are present in vegetable sources like corn sugar, corn syrup, honey and molasses. In human body and animal body, the end product of digestion like starch, sucrose, maltose and lactose gives the end product glucose only. Glucose is the carbohydrate found in the blood of animals and human beings. It acts as a source of energy or it acts as an instant energy fuel for doing any kind of activities, physical activities. In our body, the glucose is oxidized to produce energy. The next one is fructose. From the name itself we can understand it is the main source of fruits found abundant in fruits and honey. When we consume the fruits, the fructose present in it gets digested rapidly and it converted into glucose in our body. The next one is galactose. It doesn't occur in free state. It combined with, it is commonly found in foods. It occurs in combination with glucose in lactose. Lactose we all know it is present in milk. How it happens? When we intake milk, in the digestion process, it gets converted into curds. So, the curd, glucose is converted into lactic acid and galactose is left behind. The galactose in our body gets converted into glucose during the digestion process. The next one is disaccharides. Examples for disaccharides are sucrose, maltose and lactose. The first one is sucrose. It is found in abundant amount in sugarcane, palm juice and beetroots. It commonly occurs along with glucose and fructose in many number of fruits. During digestion process, this sucrose gives a mixture of glucose and fructose, which is known as invert sugar. So already I have told you the compounds split into simple sugar is known as disaccharide. So in this, the glucose and fructose components is the end product of sucrose. The next one is disaccharides. Disaccharides example lactose. So lactose we all know it is present in milk of mammals. So both animals like cow, buffaloes and in human milk this lactose sources are presented. It is formed by the combination of one molecule of glucose and galactose in the mammary gland. Lactose is hydrolyzed in our digestive tract into glucose and galactose. We know galactose is a simple sugar. Okay. The next one is maltose. The name itself denotes malt. Malt we get from grinding the cereals or grains. So the sugar present in the malt prepared from germinated cereals or grains contains maltose. So on hydrolysis process, it gives two molecules of glucose. So a single molecule of maltose, when undergoes digestion process, it split into simple sugar glucose. The next one is polysaccharide. Example for that are starch, glycogen, dextrin, cellulose and pectin. We all know about starch. So it is present mainly in all food sources, particularly plant sources like cereals, roots and tubers, and many cereals like wheat, rice flours all contain starch. So starches are different among the food sources. Different food sources contains different types of starches, and they are used in cooking for act as a thickening agent. So all the cooked starches, after we cooked the cereals or roots and tubers, the starch present in it gets broke down into glucose in our digestive system. The next polysaccharide is dextrin. So the starch particles, when it is get break down through the chewing or swallowing, the smaller fragments get digested by the acid is called dextrin. So dextrin on further hydrolysis converted into maltose. The next one is pectin. So this pectin polysaccharide is mainly found in fruits. So it is a polysaccharide. It doesn't having any nutritional importance. It mainly used for gelling characteristics, and it is highly useful in the preparation of jam and jelly. One such fruit is, example for one such fruit is guava, and another one is apple. It mostly contributes to the palatability of the foods. We can feel the fullness. Okay. The next one is glycogen. Animal stores this glycogen in the body. So glycogen can be stored in a human body in the adipose tissues or in the liver and muscles. It acts as an instant energy source to do any immediate actions. The next one is cellulose. It is an insoluble, indigestible polysaccharide. So it is, as the name itself mentioned, it is insoluble and indigestible. So it takes a long time to get digested, and it won't easily soluble in our body by the digestive enzymes. One such examples are for dietary fibers. So fibers like green leafy vegetables and raw fruits and vegetables containing fiber like guava or examples for this fiber rich foods. So what's the use of this type of polysaccharide is, it gives a fullness effect to our body. So it is highly useful for the persons who are in diet plan, and in order to reduce the body weight under the conditions of obesity, this polysaccharide is highly recommended. Still now we have seen the different classifications of carbohydrate. The reason for knowing about the different classifications of carbohydrates are, carbohydrate among the major nutrients, carbohydrate are the major source of energy. So it during the digestions, the sugars and the starches can be converted into simple sugars. These simple sugars are absorbed into our bloodstream where we know it as blood sugar. In case of diabetes mellitus, this sugar level, when the sugar level exists and insulin is not produced in a recommended form, that may lead to diabetes. So studying about the sugar in the form of carbohydrate is very much important. That sugar level converted into the form of glucose and it enters into our body cells, helps to do any type of activities. Here are the reference books I have preferred. For further details or for any other clarification, we can refer or use this book as a source. Thank you.